All right, what's up guys? Today we're talking about how to build a training program for your first Hyrox. Or if it's not your first Hyrox and you've done a few and you just want to improve on your preparation for Hyrox, this video is going to give you my personal experience as I prepared for Hyrox over the past couple of years and a few things that I've learned that I think will help you tremendously in your preparation. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. What's up guys? Josiah Novak here. If you don't know me, I am a transformation coach. I've had an online fitness company for over 15 plus years. I don't want to bore you with all the details, but I'll just tell you this. I'm not the world's #1 Hyrox runner, but I've gotten a heck of a lot better really quickly using great coaches, other experts in the field. And I just want to share my experiences with you in hopes that it will help you tremendously. But if you need to lose fat, I'm your guy. Check out the links in the description if you just want to get down to business and start getting ripped. But nonetheless, let's talk about training for Hyrox. How would we set up a training program? What does a week look like? How do you build to the race? Let's start with the beginning and the key workouts you need to have in your schedule. There's 3 types, so let me tell you what they are right now. The first one, and honestly the one I see a lot of people ignoring, and I'll even say I made this mistake for my last Hyrox where I actually set a new PR of almost 10 minutes. I ignored strength training a little bit too much. All right, strength training never goes out of style. Now, do you need to lift like a bodybuilder 5-6 days a week? No, because you probably won't have time to do that unless you're a crazy Hyrox athlete like Meg Jacoby. Shout out to Meg, who's awesome. She can train 2 or 3 times a day. Her schedule allows for it because she's a high-level athlete. Now, you may be like, hey, I work a big-time career. I don't have time for that. I would say keeping at least 2 strength training sessions in is key, not just for lower body, but also for upper body. So having 1 lower body day, 1 upper body day, where you are purposely getting stronger or attempting to maintain your strength. Most importantly, on the key lifts, things like deadlifts, front squats, overhead press, push movements like a chest press or push-up, pull-ups, just the basics, but keeping your strength in the 4 to 8 rep range, because a strong body not only will have less injury opportunity, meaning you probably won't get hurt as much as someone who doesn't strength train, but you'll notice that you're more powerful on the exercises. You generate more power when you're doing a row or a ski, and even things like a farmer's carry where you're gonna have to move fast with weight in your hand. Your grip strength will be better. So don't ignore strength training. Personally, I try to strength train at least 3 or 4 days a week. My schedule allows for it, and that oftentimes means I'll run later in the day and I'll do 2 workouts on a couple days a week because thankfully I have the schedule to do it. But strength training is one that you don't want to ignore. So make sure you keep strength training in. The other workouts, the second type, is race-specific training sessions, meaning we need to get better at doing the stations that you're going to be doing in the Hyrox. The first one you're going to get to is the ski erg. So some of your workouts need to start with a run and then hopping onto the ski and working on your ski erg mechanics and efficiency. There's obviously a ton of other stations. You got your farmer's carry, burpee broad jump, you have your wall balls, which is last, you have your row machine, you have your lunges, that one sucks. Of course, you got the 2 ones that I hit the most, sled push, sled pull. They're brutal, and then you gotta run fast on top of that. So you gotta have at least 1 or 2 workouts a week that are race specific. So you're working on running, hitting a station, running, and sometimes you'll just pick 2 stations. You'll say, all right, today I'm gonna run for a certain distance, then I'm gonna do burpee broad jumps, and then I'm gonna do wall balls, and then I'm gonna run again. I'm not the world's leading expert on designing Hyrox specific workouts. I'm probably smart enough to be dangerous and create some pretty epic ones, but I've hired coaches over the past couple of years. My current coach is Ryan Giger. He creates some amazing Hyrox specific workouts, but I would say at least having 1 or 2 of these a week is vital for your performance. And it doesn't need to be the same workout every time. In fact, I would say it's probably not smart for it to be the same workout every time. It needs to be specific to the stations that you suck at, that you want to get better at, and even the stations that you're great at, so you really maximize that strength. But there's plenty of ways to set this up, but I would say you got 2 strength training workouts, 1 or 2 Hyrox specific workouts, and then of course the last one, which we'll talk about right now, and then we'll build out how I would set this training schedule up. So of course, Hyrox, it's like 50 to 60% running. So we're gonna have to run. And I will tell you up front, if you really wanna kill it at Hyrox, you're gonna need at least 1 long run day per week. So I always do mine. My coach has me doing mine on Sunday. So my Sunday morning is me waking up, getting fueled up, water, electrolytes. Sometimes I run fasted. but sometimes I don't. Most of the time I do, but it's a long, easy run, okay? But the distance is going to get progressively longer over time, where bodies are gonna be more efficient at maintaining a pace and becoming just great engines out there when you're on the course, running all day long for what seems to be like forever. You've acquired more ability and efficiency in your running, but the only way to do that is to have runs on your calendar. So one long run per week is vital. You gotta get that in. Ideally, you'll have a second running workout that is just running, but it's speed work. So you're picking shorter distances, your tempo and your pace are gonna be higher, your heart rate's gonna be higher, and you're working on recovering in between these faster, more intense runs. Those two running workouts are vital if you really wanna be great at Hyrox. The other running day will be built into your Hyrox specific training days that we just covered. So if you're doing math at home, you're thinking, wow, that sounds like more than training 2 days a week. Yes, if you wanna be good at Hyrox and you wanna go in fully prepared, you're probably gonna need to train 4 to 5 days a week. And I'll show you how this breaks down right now. Okay, so here's how I break my schedule down. And this will hopefully help you create yours. Now, keep in mind, I'm a dad. I have 2 boys. I coach 3 sports currently, but they're in sports literally every single day for the most part. Now, it's summer break, so I think they have a couple days off, but I am busy. That's the whole point. So I don't have time to train morning, noon, and night. Some days, though, I can get a quick one done in the morning and then a quick one done at night, thanks to my wife who comes home and helps me with the kids, and they kind of do their own thing. Gives me a little bit extra time. So let's just start with my long run. I always do that on Sundays. Now, I'm not gonna get into crazy specifics because, for one, I didn't write my entire program, so I wanna be respectful to my coach who did. He won't mind me giving him a shout out, Ryan Giger. But if you're watching this years and years from now, hopefully I'm a Hyrox champion in some aspect, and you can say, oh, that was the program you followed. But it'll change over time because you get better over time. However, the principles stay the same. So Sunday is always, personally for my schedule, I get up early before church and I go run, okay? Or if I go to church and then I go, oh, I got time in the afternoon, I'll go run in the afternoon. But Sunday is my long run. Monday typically is off day from running, but I will strength train, okay? So I'll strength train on Monday. And if I feeling sore, feeling run down, then I'll take Monday off, okay? Monday is either a strength training session for upper body or an off day, but it's definitely not a crazy intense day. Tuesday is typically a race specific day, okay? So picking a race type of workout with different stations, running included, and bang out a pretty specific Hyrox workout on Tuesday. Wednesday is usually speed work and my lower body strength training, okay? So Wednesday is a faster pace run, and then I do some strength training as well. The reason why I try to do both on that day is because I don't want to go into my speed work day with my legs feeling beat up. And I don't want to try to be strong on my legs after a speed work day. So I do them together. You might wonder, well, what do you do first? Typically, I do the strength training first, and then I'll go out and do my run. I just function better on that, and it works for me. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So Saturday, actually, we'll say Thursday. So Thursday, from my level currently, is another slow, long run day, okay? So Thursday and Sundays are my slow, long runs. You may not be able to handle 2 longer runs. That's okay. You may take Thursday as an active rest day, okay? Friday is another Hyrox specific workout and an upper body session. So I do upper body on Friday, and I do my Hyrox specific workout. Okay. Saturday is depending on what my coach wants me to do. Sometimes it's just a basic skills day where we go in and work on something that I haven't been very good at. It's definitely not running. If there is running, it's very minimal because Sunday is my long run day. If my legs are feeling great, I may throw in a little bit of leg strength workout, or I may just do like a bodybuilder workout because I like that kind of stuff, right? Where I'll just touch up body parts with higher reps just to satisfy my desire for an aesthetic physique. But if it's skills day, then I just follow my coach's plan. But if we're doing the math at home, there's 2 days, Mondays and Thursdays, which could be your active rest days where you're just walking, not going to the gym, taking a couple days off, and then the other 5 days are more specific and dialed in for your race. That's how I would set up a calendar if I were coaching a client on how to get better for Hyrox. If you're like, well, I don't have time for all of that, I totally get it. We talked about what you need to be doing, and remember, it's not about you beating everybody else, it's about you becoming a better version of yourself. So if you're going into a Hyrox being like, man, I haven't really trained specifically for one before, or I did get ready for one, but I didn't do it the right way. Just focus on you versus you. If you can do a little bit more or just be a little more efficient than you were the last time, trust me, you're winning. And you're gonna be more prepared for Hyrox, more personally satisfied with yourself, more proud of yourself, and that's really all that matters. So let's wrap up with a couple of little quick tips on how to train, and then we'll close this thing out. So last thing I'll say about training for Hyrox, especially if you're a beginner, is don't be afraid to slow down a little bit, right? There's tons of programs out there. I see tons of great Hyrox coaches really putting some awesome things together, but some of the programs you may not be ready for, or you might be ready for some of it, but then you get really sore and you're like, oh man, I want to do this workout, but I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself. It's okay to slow down and not try to keep up with whatever the program's designer told you to do, right? You can skip a couple things if your body's not ready for it, or you can modify things. Most importantly, come into Hyrox feeling good, feeling pretty darn healthy. You may get, I mean, it's normal to have some nicks and a little banged up in some areas or a little sore because you just put in a ton of work getting ready for Hyrox. I mean, it's not easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it, right? Or nobody would appreciate it, that's for sure, if it were easy. So listen to your body's signals and feedback. Can't stress that enough. You know, I've battled calf tightness over the years. I've battled tendonitis in my elbows. And I remember when I didn't listen to my body, well, I paid the price. I tore my bicep in 2019 trying to do a Spartan race when I had terrible bicep tendonitis. So pay attention to your body's signals. The race, like I said, is not between you and anybody else. It's you versus you. So if you can just come in better than you were before, consider that a huge victory. And I promise you, you will be happy that you did. All right, guys, that wraps up today's video on training for Hyrox. What questions do you have about training for Hyrox? Put them in the comments below and I'll do my best to either answer them just directly or I'll make a video for you on a future video. So my name is Josiah Novak. I own a company called thetruetransformation.com. We specialize in helping powerful people use fitness to not only transform how they look, feel, and perform, but as low-hanging fruit to win in every part of life. If you're interested in that program, we call it the 3M system. Go check it out. It's helped thousands of people over the past 15 plus years. Would love to get you started on your journey and then ultimately see you crush all your goals and maybe out at a Hyrox at some point in the future. If you see me at a Hyrox, which I've connected with a lot of you already, if you see me at one of these Hyrox or hybrid fitness events, say what's up. Let me know. We'll take a picture. We'll hang out. We'll talk shop. We'll exchange ideas and inspiration. We'll continue to build this amazing community that is fitness. Life moves fast. Make it count. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.